This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Friday, October 13th, 2017. The title of this rant is Mr. Minority Weakens U.S. Role as World's Only Superpower. Now, this is about the Iran deal. This afternoon, the betrayer of trust is going to cut and run from the Iran deal. It's really not as much about the nuke part of it, which he really can't cut and run from. It's basically more about the fact that he doesn't like Iran's role in the Middle East. But if we want to look at Iran as a bad actor in the Middle East, which I will more than happily say, yes, they are. If they're the number one bad player, the number two bad player is Saudi Arabia, that is trying to commit genocide in Yemen right now. And as I mentioned yesterday, I believe 4 deaths in Puerto Rico. This year, there have been like 2,500 deaths in Yemen from cholera because Saudi Arabia, with U.S. bombs, has been bombing the shit out of the place. All right, so there's a lot of bad actors. And of course, just one other quick thing. Pakistan has nukes, and they're very unstable. So we got to look at a lot of things. Now, in terms of the Iran deal, now, whenever you make a deal, everyone has to be a winner. And that's the way it's got on the international stage. So part of that deal was Germany, France, England, Russia, China. They, plus the United States, plus Iran, all agreed to this deal. It isn't perfect. No one got what they wanted, but the deal was made, and the deal was made to contain Iran from acquiring nukes for, I believe, the next 10 to 15 years. Germany, France, and England, they want this deal to stay in place. It's in their best interest for that to happen. This will force them to have to work closer with China and Russia, when it should be the U.S. who is leading this whole thing. You know, again, this is how you're cutting the U.S.'s role as the major superpower. We've been the major superpower in the entire world since the end of World War I, 100 years ago at the end of 2018. All right? We were the preeminent world superpower after World War II. You know, there's a reason oil is traded in dollars. It's because we're the top dog, and we need to stay that way. And it is cowardice by the loser here, you know, to get out of this deal because he wants to play friendly with Saudi Arabia, and he wants to basically kowtow to his base, which is basically only between 32 and 40% of the population, at the same time that the U.S. authority as a world leader on the world stage is diminished. And remember, the U.S. has been the true, and I do mean true, moral leader, yes, with lots of flaws in there, many, many flaws, and some very bad acting on our part, but has been the true moral leader when you compare China, the Soviet Union, Saudi Arabia, and others out there. And this cutting of the deal is forcing us to take a step down on that world stage. You know, the instigator of hate, you know, is making it harder for the next president, the president after that, to maintain the U.S.'s authority as the preeminent world superpower and as the world's moral authority. That's what this guy is doing. A complete stinking coward.